Hello students, my name is Saurabh Pant. I teach chemistry in Sri Chaitanya Goshala campus. And we are dealing nowadays with the inorganic part, the most beautiful part of the chemistry, the blocks we are dealing right now, and nitrogen oxygen family is going on. By this time, physical chemical properties of both the families are over. Together, we did in a very logical, innovative manner by comparing both the properties together. It will be very helpful for your NEET examination also. Then we talked about the compounds of nitrogen family. And now we are going towards the end of the nitrogen family compounds, and we are going to start with the oxygen family compound in this lecture. Now, I hope you are enjoying this inorganic part as much as I am enjoying the teaching here. But make sure that your practice and your reading of NCERT is going to make the huge difference apart from teaching also. And together we are going to rock the next NEET examination. So today I'm going to teach you the trick of the hydrolysis reaction, and whenever the trick comes, everyone start listening more. So trick. Understand tricks are just logics placed at the right place in the right time, and see how elementary logic can be used to get the brilliant reactions done. And then people say, sir, inorganic chemistry is about mugging. No, bhai sahab, you are not reading that properly. If you read properly, inorganic chemistry is all about logics. So let us understand now how to write the hydrolysis reaction. Ca3P2 with water I want to react. So reaction with water is called hydrolysis here. So understand, take water as HOH. So hydrogen is +1, OH is -1. So simple yaar, unlike charges, they will attract each other. So calcium charge, from here crisscross rule you can understand. The number here is the charge on calcium. So calcium is 2+ and phosphorus is -3 here. Now you tell me 2+ will attract what from water? So yaar sir, 2+ will attract the negative, and negative is OH- here. So Ca2+ will attract OH- from here, making CaOH whole twice. Sir, why whole twice? Because 2+ was there na yaar. So 2+ will attract how many OH-? 2 OH- to get the balancing of charge. Going on, phosphorus -3. Phosphorus -3 will attract what from the water? It will attract the H+. So bhaiya 3- will attract how many H+? So 3- 3H+ will come, then only neutralization will happen. And bhaiya, this is the beautiful method of the preparation of phosphine gas. Highly poisonous gas, but this is how you can prepare it. Let's take one more example. Lithium nitride, lithium will have +1 charge because nitrogen 1, and nitrogen will have -3 charge. What he will attract from water yaar? H+ or OH-? Lithium plus. So lithium +1 attract OH-, LiOH. What N3- will attract from water? N3- will attract 3H+. So what will come out? Ammoniacal smell. Ammonia gas, ammoniacal smell will come out. So a metal reacted with air on hydrolysis, ammoniacal smell comes out. So bhaiya, metal formed the nitride. Understood this idea, bhaiya? Going ahead, calcium carbide with water, what will happen? You will tell very easily now, yaar, calcium is +2. This one reaction in the organic chemistry, preparation of one of the organic compound is there. Let us see which compound. Calcium 2+ attract OH- from water. Brilliant, CaOH whole twice came. Lovely reaction it is going on. What will happen to C2? Understand, calcium is +2. This C2 will have total 2- charge. Then only the balancing will happen. Na? So C2 has 2- charge. So C2 will attract how many H+? 2H+, making C2H2. And it is a gas. You very well know this gas, bhaiya. HC triple bond CH, you call it ethine or acetylene. So acetylene gas got prepared by this method. See how easy it was to write the reaction. Going ahead, apply the same logic other places also. For example, HCl. HCl also have H+ and Cl-, na? So batao bhaiya, calcium +2 will attract what from HCl? Sir, calcium 2+ is +2. We are not idiots, sir. What are you thinking? This lallu question you are asking, sir. CaCl2 will be made. And sir, phosphorus is -3 and he will attract the H+, making PH3. And this is how you can write the reactions of hydrolysis. And side by side, the preparation of phosphine also we have done. Congratulations. Going ahead. The two reactions you read in the redox chapter in the junior inter, I want to just remind you. Where exactly? Junior inter, second part of NCERT, redox chapter, types of reaction, disproportionation. So P4 with NaOH, disproportionate to form phosphine and NaH2PO2. Imagine one more thing here. In this NaH2PO2, if I add H+, imagine what will happen? It will become H3PO2. So this is also a preparation method of hypophosphorus acid. So bhaiya, P4 with alkali, hypophosphorus acid. I'm side by side completing that oxy acid table also. You will see how easily everything get completed. Going ahead, so P4 with NaOH, phosphine is formed. Sulfur also react with NaOH to form Na2S and Na2S2O3. So that is all right. These two reactions are there in junior inter. Here I will pick up this phosphine reaction. So when phosphine is formed, na, apart from that, some impurity, that is the vapors of P4, some vapors are formed, and P2H4 are also formed. Pure phosphine is non-inflammable, it does not catch fire. So pure phosphine will not catch fire, but vapors of P4 and P2H4, they are inflammable in nature. So imagine if you get phosphine, you light a matchstick, bring it close to the phosphine gas that you have prepared, and it start catching fire. So what you will infer? You will infer that, sir, phosphine is not pure, because we know, we have read NCERT, we have attended your lectures, we know very well, sir, phosphine is non-inflammable, 100% some impurity is there. Then if the impurity is there, you have to remove it. How to remove? Understand the tricky part, impurities are gases. So what I do, I will deal the impure phosphine, some impurities are also there, I react that with HI. Now phosphine being a very weak base will react with HI. HI is sufficiently strong acid. So here phosphine will react with HI forming PH4I. Sir, for this reaction you did not tell any logic. Arey bhai, PH3 plus H, PH4 and I will come together. So lallu question is there. Yeah. So PH4I is made and PH4I is a solid. So understand, in the vessel phosphine impurities both were there. I added HI gas. So what happened? PH4I got deposited at the bottom. From the top, remove the gases which are the impurities now, and happily PH4I is left. React this with KOH. Ammonium salt with a strong base releases ammonia. So bhaiya phosphonium salt also with a strong base releases phosphine, and pure phosphine, lovely phosphine comes out. Not so lovely actually, because this nalayak lovely phosphine is a poisonous gas. Going ahead, phosphine is highly reactive in the presence of oxidizing agents like HNO3, chlorine, bromine, so it explodes. These two are the properties that you can remember. Now, phosphine is very less soluble in water. Why? Because as I said, it's a very weak base, so it will not be highly soluble in water like strong bases like the first, second group hydroxides. So little bit soluble in water, but the mixture of phosphine water when treated with sunlight, HNU means sunlight, what will happen? It decomposes, breaks. So what happens? Hydrogen comes out, H2, and phosphorus becomes red phosphorus, because white phosphorus is highly reactive, so it manages to form the red phosphorus. Black phosphorus is very tough to make, so black phosphorus also not made. So red phosphorus we get. One very interesting thing here, yeah, red phosphorus with a base if I treat, followed by acidification, something like this. What I will get? I will get H4P2O6, which is known as hypophosphoric acid. We have just now discussed this in the previous lecture also. Going ahead, how phosphine react with copper sulfate and HgCl2 here? This copper happa bhaiya, they are desperately searching for some phosphorus to react with, so phosphine give them phosphorus. What is the oxidation state here? So bhaiya, phosphorus is in -3, copper is in +2, Hg is in +2. So crisscross rule to any student of class 8 will be able to write here. For example, Hg 2 plus P 3 minus, what the formula of the compound will be? Hg3 P2, crisscross rule here. So we get Hg3P2 and here we got Cu3P2. What happened to the H plus and sulfate? They will form sulfuric acid. What happened to the H plus and Cl minus? They will form HCl. Lallu reaction. About the uses of phosphine, dekho, otherwise uses you have to read from the NCERT, but these two uses are extremely important and very logical. That's why I'm telling you here. So understand, ohm signal, one ohm signal is there. For example, someone from your batch, they go to Machilipatnam, let us say. So Machilipatnam, there is a beach there. They took one boat and they went away. What happened? They went away and they forgot the path of coming back, and now they are lost. So what kind of signal will they give? Because aircraft are going up, but they are going at such a height that the people cannot be observed, and you cannot guess na ki the people are lost in the sea, or they are just stuck in the sea, or they are moving in the sea. So what those people will do, because those people have attended this lecture of chemistry, so they will be very smart. They will take one container containing CaC2 and Ca3P2 with them. That means calcium carbide and phosphide they will take with them. So when they take these two things in the combination in a container, they will make a hole there and throw them in water. And bhaiya, they know hydrolysis reaction. Some color also they can add there. just for extra nice, like colorful things look good, na? That's why. So bhaiya, what will happen? Calcium carbide, calcium phosphide will get hydrolyzed due to seawater and will release phosphine and acetylene gases. Both are gases. So this gaseous smoke, colorful smoke will be giving the signal to the aircraft ki bhaiya come down and save us from the middle of the sea. So that signal is known as Ohm's signal. PH3 is also used as a smoke screen. What is smoke screen? For example, I don't want you to see me. So what I will do, I will put phosphine in the middle. Sir, how you will put phosphine in the middle? I will do just one thing. I will take calcium carbide. I'll take water in the middle. I'll add calcium carbide and bhaiya, gas will come out. And the gas will be so thick, the smoky gas appearance will be so thick that you will not be able to see through it. It acts like a smoke screen. People use this nowadays, so luckily wars are not going on, touch wood. But previously, wars used to be there. So to create a shield so that the enemy cannot see us, they used to use the smoke screen of phosphine there. So this was about the phosphine topic. Now let us enter into the halides of phosphorus. Very beautiful, sweet little topic is there. So let's carry on. So let us enter into the halides of phosphorus now. So there are two halides majorly, because we know as per the inert pair effect, +5, +3 oxidation states are there. So we have a trihalide and a pentahalide. So P4 can react with chlorine to form PCl3 also, PCl5 also. If the chlorine content is more, PCl5. If chlorine content is less, PCl3. Sir, how would we know PCl3 is given in the question or PCl5? Check the stoichiometry. If the phosphorus atom to chlorine atom is 1:3 as per the stoichiometry, PCl3. If it is 1:5 as per the stoichiometry, PCl5. Also, PCl5 contains 5 chlorine. On heating, it forms PCl3. So you can convert PCl5 into PCl3 also. Another method of preparation is there, yaar. P4 with SOCl2 and SO2Cl2 give PCl3, PCl5 respectively. Logic, very simple. In SOCl2, sulfur is in +4. In SO2Cl2, sulfur is in +6. So in the higher oxidation state here, SO2Cl2 is the better oxidizing agent. So he kicks phosphorus up to +5. Whereas the lower oxidation state +4 kicks phosphorus only up to +3. So you have to understand कि भैया +4 kicks phosphorus only up to +3, one low, and +6 oxidation state of sulfur kicks the phosphorus only up to +5. That is again one lower than himself. Also, PCl3 is colorless oily liquid. So colorless, so we can't guess colorless here, but liquid I will talk about here. Everything has a logic, bhaiya. You just need the right explanation for the right thing. So PCl3 is colorless oily liquid and PCl5 is a yellow-white powder, yellowish white, like pale yellow. So both are almost colorless, that is not a problem, but it is not perfectly colorless, it is yellowish white. Now, question arises, sir, why PCl3 is a liquid and why PCl5 is a solid? Answer is very simple. Because PCl3 exists as PCl3 only. It is a normal covalent compound and covalent compounds have chadda bonding. Chadda intermolecular interaction. That means one PCl3, other PCl3 will have a little bit dipole-dipole interaction and that too very little bit. Whereas PCl5 solid, now see the brilliance here, PCl5 solid, what happens? That one of the Cl minus go from one PCl5 to the other. So one PCl5 become PCl4 plus, other PCl5 become PCl6 minus. So it becomes highly polar. In fact, it becomes kind of ionic. Can you see na? You can see one cation also, one anion also. So because ionic interaction is very strong, so what happens? They start existing like a solid. Almost all the ionic compounds that you know around yourself, you can check NaCl, KCl, stable salt. All these people are solid in nature because ionic bonding is very strong. So understand PCl4, PCl6 minus is there in the solid state. So what is the hybridization of PCl5 solid? PCl5 solid is sp3 and sp3d2, cationic part is sp3, anionic part is sp3d2. So read the question well. Anionic part of the PCl5 solid is having the hybridization of sp3d2. Why? 6 people are there. You can count easily 3 plus 2, 5, 1, 6 orbital. So 6 people will be there. 4 chlorine. So 3 plus 1, 4 orbitals required for 4 chlorine. Happy structure here. What about the gaseous state? In the gaseous state, PCl5 exists like sp3d hybridization because 5. It is not getting dissociated like this. So why not? Because in the gaseous state, PCl5 are far away. So even if one Cl minus comes from here, it has to travel a long distance reaching to the next PCl5, which is highly unlikely. So what happens when they are very close in the solid state, then it jumps easily. But when they are far away, they exist like discrete PCl5, sp3d trigonal bipyramidal. So bhaiya trigonal bipyramidal, these bonds are called equatorial bond, angle between them 120 degree. These are called axial bond, angle between the axial equatorial bond is 90 degree. Axial bonds are larger than equatorial. These axial bonds in chemical bonding you have read as well are larger than the equatorial bonds. So bhaiya what happens on heating, this PCl5 breaks this 2ClCl from here and you get PCl3. Structure of PCl3 is pyramidal and the chlorine gas comes out. So we can understand that PCl5 breaks to form PCl3 and Cl2, and bhaiya this Cl2 can be used as a chlorinating agent now. So PCl5 is a very awesome chlorinating agent because he breaks his axial bond which are longer and obviously weaker, making PCl3. Some people have this doubt, sir, when this ClCl break, why don't this 3Cl remain together in this structure only? Are yaar bhaiya, they will rearrange to adjust in the most stable structure, and for them the most stable is pyramidal structure, trigonal pyramidal we can say. Going ahead, so bhaiya PCl5 with Ag and tin act as a chlorinating agent. He releases chlorine, himself become PCl3. Silver and tin will take the chlorine to become AgCN and SnCl4. Now, I always say in the inorganic chemistry, it's easy, it's logical, it's beautiful, it's very enormous. Also, it is extremely dangerous for the examination. Why? Because when people start understanding the inorganic part, the first mistake they do is that they start predicting. Bhai sahab, we are reading nature. We have to understand nature. Our theory depend upon the experiment. Experiment does not depend upon theories. So if your theory is not matching with the experiment, that means theory is wrong because experimental result is showing bhaiya what is actually happening. So don't predict anything in the inorganic chemistry until you have read that exact thing in your text. So reading, that's why I'm saying the NCERT is extremely important. Attending the lectures are very important. Don't start predicting the things. See one example. Some extra examples beyond NCERT. Like as soon as people learn कि अच्छा PCl5 breaks in the solid state, Cl minus goes out, PCl4 plus made, PCl6 minus made. Sir, now I am the expert. So sir, same thing will happen in PF5 also. So bhaiya in PF5 this thing does not happen. Why? Because F minus is very small and PF bond becomes very strong. F minus does not break. Even if F minus breaks also, F minus is highly unstable because very small, so charge density is very high because in a very small little bit area this lallu fluorine is having so much negative charge on himself that he is desperate for the reaction, so he runs back and reacts with the phosphorus again. So bhaiya PF5 never expect F minus can go out. ठीक है sir, no problem. PF5 is the exception. Exception नहीं भैया, logic. PBr5, what they will do sir? PBr5 तो okay ना, Br minus can go because it is not as small as fluorine, he can happily go away. ठीक है भाई साहब, Br minus will go and what will be formed? PBr6 minus, never. Why? This heavy bromine, you are going to arrange 6 atoms around phosphorus. Uncle, namaste. It will not happen. Why? Because 6 big Br minus cannot be arranged around one small lallu phosphorus yaar. Up to Cl minus was okay yaar. Br minus not okay. So Br minus will come out, but he will exist like this Br minus. And if Br minus is so big it cannot be arranged, so bhaiya I minus is even bigger, it obviously cannot be arranged around the central atom. So understand, each theory explanations are there, but until you read them, don't predict. So a little knowledge is very dangerous in the inorganic chemistry. But if you're attending these lectures, don't worry at all, you'll be able to do each and every questions properly. Going ahead, PCl3 on hydrolysis, what will happen? So lallu thing is there here, phosphorus is in plus 3 oxy acid is formed because non-metal in aqueous medium will form the oxy acid. So plus 3 oxy acid, H3PO3 will form. Sir, what will happen to Cl minus? You tell na. What will happen to Cl minus? Cl minus will take the H plus from water. HCl is formed. Sir, here what happened? Here phosphorus is in plus 5. On partial hydrolysis, kuncham hydrolysis, POCl3 is formed. I'll tell you logic also, don't worry. Each thing has logic, yaar. If time permits, everything I will tell. PCl5 in aqueous medium, POCl3 is formed and some Cl minus go as HCl. On complete hydrolysis, POCl3 further hydrolyzes to form plus 5 oxy acid. Everyone is in plus 5 here, so there is no redox happening. So everyone is in plus 5. So bhaiya PCl3 forms on complete hydrolysis plus 3 oxy acid, PCl5 on complete hydrolysis plus 5 oxy acid. What is the byproduct? HCl here. Now, some people ask, sir, I did not understand the logic how PeCl3 is formed, PoCl3 is formed. I can tell, not much important, but it will be easy for you to understand the logic. For example, what will happen, out of 5, let's say 1 oxygen will come, है ना, with 2 minus charge. So how many Cl minus will go? Automatically 2 Cl minus will go, so PuCl3 will be left. So the structure of PuCl3 becomes P double bond O, Cl, Cl, Cl. Sir, why double bond O? Because oxygen has to complete the octet, bhaiya. Understood, bhai sahab? So oxygen for completing octet has to make double bond, so PuCl3 made, O2 minus came, and bhaiya Cl minus went out. But sir, you said for hydrolysis OH minus comes. ठीक है भाई साहब, bring OH minus. So 2 OH minus will come and 2 Cl minus will go, and what will happen? Dehydration will happen, and bhaiya this H2O goes out and double bond O is formed here. Then what? You get PoCl3. Sir, tarvata what? Simple yaar. If P double bond O Cl3 is formed and you are adding more H2O, so all the Cl will go. OH is going to come, and what will be formed? P double bond O, OH. This is Sakshat phosphoric Dev bhai sahab. So that's how the reaction occur. Logics are there, but they are not important if you can remember few things here, because logic sometimes can be more lengthy than the memory based point only. So just remember it, because in organic you are going to remember this as well, that ROH, alcohol and acid, when react with PCl3, PCl5, they are chlorinating agent, they will release Cl minus. So Cl minus released, so ROH become RCl, RCOH become RCOCl. Sir, what is the byproduct? You tell the byproduct here. PCl3 byproduct will be H3PO3 and HCl. है ना भाई साहब? And for PCl5 the byproduct is going to be PoCl3 and HCl. So we understand PCl5 byproduct is PoCl3 and भैया PCl3 byproduct is H3PO3. Now question arises, sir, नहीं, मजा नहीं आया. Why? Sir, because PCl5 can make H3PO4 also, na? हाँ, if the water is in ample amount, then he is sucking the water kuncham from here, because how much water he will give? Ample amount he can't give, na? Little bit water he will give, so little bit hydrolysis will happen, so little bit PoCl3 is formed. Understood the idea? That is the same reason. That when in the previous topic I discussed that with HNO3, P4O10 will drink water and will form N2O5 and HPO3, na? I told you I will explain later why. Today is the day now. Understand. N2O5 we understood there. Ki H2, N2O6 minus water. ठीक है. He took water. Kuncham or Baga. A molecule can give only Kuncham water here. So when he take Kuncham water, what he will form? तो देखो यार, if P4O10 take Kuncham water, or what we can say, let's write here. For example, H3PO4 is there. From H3PO4, one water will go away. Ortho minus water, meta. Remember? Now from here also, if the water go away, then you get P2O5 or P4O10. P2O5, P4O10 same. So when P4O10 takes water, he will firstly form HPO3. Kuncham water, HPO3. Baga water, H3PO4. So understand, P4O10 firstly form meta because he has a meta, and Tarvata he form H3PO4 because less water was there, so the reaction is stopped at HPO3. But sir, one thing I did not understand here, ki how HPO3 made P2O5, you know very well. How? Just like HNO3, I written H2, N2O6, N2O5 came. Same way, HPO3, I will write H2P2O6 minus water, P2O5 will come. So understand why the reaction stopped at HPO3 byproduct, because Kuncham water was there. Here the reaction stopped as a byproduct PoCl3 with PCl5. Why? Because Kuncham water was there. This is the logic. You can see the video again, but make sure that this logic should go inside the head, because feeling will come nice and we both will be able to understand each other easily. Thank you.